77, I had the good fortune to be admitted by Harvard Business School. And when I was done with HBS, the revolution had occurred. And I needed to see it firsthand. That's what I've done all my life. I came to America to see America, feel America firsthand. And that's what I did. Went back to Iran. I was there for a total of a year and a half. And I saw a country in transition during revolution. How often does that happen? It was an extraordinary experience. And I was able to see how a country could fall apart and then immediately reconstitute itself. Neighborhoods coming together, leaders arising at all levels. But I also saw a vicious, brutal dictatorship taking shape right there. Initially, when I went back, the country could have gone either way. And I wanted to be there to be of assistance in the country of my birth. I felt I owed a debt to try to to assist the forces of democracy, along with other democratic forces. I gave speeches in particular for women's rights, for example. My wife reminds me, she was in attendance. And I tried to do, what I could. Then I decided this wasn't enough. I ran for parliament, the first parliament in the new regime, so to speak. Again, the country could have gone either way. I ran for parliament, and that's when I felt, all the cheating that the government essentially did. I witnessed gerrymandering. I was initially running for an area that consisted of, it was an agrarian district, a lot of small villages, and I had some name recognition there. I knew the problems, I knew what the area needed. And then before I knew it, it was folded, almost on the eve of the election, it was folded into the huge Tehran metropolis district. And obviously I had no chance there. I also saw various ways that they intimidated voters. Voting booths, many of them were under a tent. And then in the back of the tent, inside, there might have been, like 10 IRG, that's the Islamic Republic of Iran, Revolutionary Guard, standing with their G3, it's called, G3 rifles. Anyway, and also there was no secret ballots. It was all open. And so you could, all these the government officials could see who you're voting for. So there were a variety of ways. I myself was personally intimidated. They tried to. One night at midnight, while I was with a bunch of helpers, putting up, believe it or not, going all over the city, putting up my posters. All of a sudden at midnight, we were surrounded by 2 trucks full of soldiers. They surrounded me. They took me to a local police office. And even though they knew from my posters, my photograph that I was running, they kept me out and they wouldn't let me go until the next day. So all kinds of nasty stuff. But the worst is this. After the elections, it was fortuitous that my wife and I decided to go on a 1-week vacation in Greece. During that week, the government discovered a coup d'etat attempt and used it to completely bottle up and kill leaders of the democratic movement. I have no doubt that if I had not been on that vacation, I would not be here speaking with you today. In fact, one of my closest friends, I can't even mention his name, just to let you know these are real events and real people. His name was Engineer Taimuri. He was called Engineer because he was a civil engineer. Never heard from again, never seen again. So, and there are others that I can name. Anyway, what happened was that I decided right there that we need to leave because now my life was in danger and there was nothing I could do, nothing more that I could do.